Welcome back to Portland Cooks. We're in our Bradley Design and Education Center studio, and the Bradley Design and Education Center is where you can come if you're a designer or a consumer or somebody that wants to actually build a kitchen, and you can choose your Wolf or Sub-Zero appliances. Now, the great appliances go along with two great chefs, Bill and Michael here from Chez. We've made your prawn appetizer on salad, and now we're heading off to your major dish. This is something that stands out on your menu, gets its own little section almost, and that's your lime chicken enchiladas.
Well, we start with braising the chicken thigh meat. Some places will use breast meat. You can use breast meat at home too if you like. There's no problem with that. Thigh meat might be a little fattier. If you're concerned about that, the fat, when you're cooking, it rises to the top after it melts off the chicken, and you can ladle that off. But you can use breast meat also if you like.
A little water.
So we're going to start this up to a boil. When it boils, we'll bring it down to a simmer.
So now after the chicken's in the pot and boiling, and you let it boil for how long?
About 2 hours is good for thigh meat to get it tender.
And then you add in the extra ingredients just to round off this portion of the dish, and what are they?
Correct. The rest of the ingredients, salt and white pepper. We use dehydrated minced garlic, dried oregano, white vinegar, and lime juice, fresh squeezed lime juice.
And they all go into that pot when it's done?
That'll go in about at the 2 hour mark, and about 20 minutes to half an hour later, the onions will be softened, and all the vinegar, the lime juice will have penetrated the chicken, and all the flavors will be balanced. Well, this is a cream-based sauce on top of this enchilada, instead of like a tomato-based or what have you. The ingredients are just sour cream, half and half. We use the zest and juice from limes, a little bit of salt, and a tiny bit of cayenne pepper.
Okay, now we've got to put these together to put in the oven. So what's the next stage, Michael?
Oil into the pan, and we use a corn tortilla, about medium heat. You don't want it too hot. You want to basically soften the tortilla. You don't want to harden it. You'll see as we put the tortilla in that it will start to bubble as well. 10 to 15 seconds per side. The beauty of tortillas is they're pretty inexpensive, and you can experiment with these at home. And what we're going to do is do two corn tortillas per person, which is a good size. I'm going to take our plate. I'm going to lay out our tortilla. I'm going to take just a little bit of chicken here and put it in the middle. Spread it out evenly across. You want about a 1 inch, what'd you say, right, Bill? About 1 inch diameter?
After it's rolled up, yeah.
About 1 inch. Then roll it up. There you go. You got one. Okay, basically that's our two tortillas wrapped. We've got our sauce. Basically ladle the sauce so you cover it, but not
drown.
Yeah, not drowned or smother, I would say. Okay, so basically that's what you got right there. And the next part is Monterey Jack cheese, which is accessible to all of us. Monterey Jack.
And that's presumably sprinkled to taste too?
Yeah, more to sprinkle to taste. You don't want to bury it and cheese it. You want to have all the flavors be equal in taste.
And this is a little bit of cheddar?
A little bit of cheddar, and that's for flavor as well, but also for show. We're going to throw it in the oven. 15 minutes, you've got a really nice product. As soon as that cheese is melted, your product is ready to go.
Excellent. Why don't you throw that in the oven? And I'd like to tell you at home that we have another kitchen gadget for you today in your kitchen. We're in the kitchen at Kitchen Caboodle, and we're going to test out some new product. We have David Holcomb here, who is the great inventor of the Veggie Chop from Chez. Now this thing does salsa in 90 seconds?
It will make salsa as quick as you've ever seen it made right in front of your eyes here.
Let's do it.
This is the Veggie Chop, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take a few ingredients that we use in salsa, add some onions, and I'm going to just loosen those up a bit, give it a couple of pulls. Look how fast and quick it's chopped those up. I'm going to add my tomatoes. I like lots of tomatoes in my salsa. I'm going to add a little cilantro. A little fresh lime juice, give it a little zest there. I got some garlic, can't live without that stuff. The Egyptians didn't, we're not going to either. A little fresh vinegar, it's aged, but fresh. A little olive oil. Now check this out. Right before your very eyes. Just a couple of quick pulls.
Wow.
Got a nice little bicep workout there too while I was at it. And we've got fresh salsa. You just pull that right out of the bowl, the blade out, And there we go. We're ready for chips. You got the chips?
Oh, that smells so good.
Start up the TV. Let's go. It's football.
Does it do anything else apart from chop salsa?
This is really, it does a lot of different things. You can make pesto. You can make guacamole with it. And one of the more difficult things to chop in the kitchen are nuts, fresh nuts. So if you're making a dessert or something, now check this out. Check that out.
3 pulls and your nuts are all chopped.
That is one chopped nut.
That's awesome. So we're in the kitchen at Kitchen Caboodle. David, thank you for showing us your
very
veggie
welcome.
chop. Now, our kitchen tip has got to be the fact that our chicken lime enchiladas must be ready by now.
They are done.
All right, let's pull them out
Okay.
here and have a look how they look when they come out of the oven. Melted cheese, all that goodness of the chicken and the lime, and all that cream sauce on top. And I have to agree with you, Michael, that does look really nice with a bit of the cheddar cheese on top of it. PortlandCooksTV.com is where you'll find out all the information about Chez Jose and also the information about how to make this dish at home. Now, we still have the calapacitas to make, and we'll be back in just a moment with more Portland Cooks.